So I'm going to be giving a basic rundown of how to actually get a VR project to run inside a VR headset in Unreal. One of the first things that you'll need is the software to do this. If you're using something like a Quest headset or some form of a standalone headset, then you're going to need some sort of a third-party application that is able to connect your headset to your PC. For me personally, what I've had that works best, even for just standard use, is Virtual Desktop Streamer. It costs about 19 bucks. You'll purchase it on whatever headset that you're going to be using, and then on the computer, you can go to virtualdesktop.net or vrdesktop.net and download the Streamer app. And what that'll let you do is connect over Wi-Fi to your headset. So as long as your computer and your headset are running on the same network connection, they'll connect to each other and see each other. And then you can connect your headset directly to your desktop screen, and it'll let you interact with your desktop from your headset. On top of that, you will also need Steam VR. No matter what one you're running, the Steam VR will actually be what connects your headset to be able to run executables. So you can just find it on Steam VR. It's completely free. Just search it in Steam. You'll find it. There's a certain order that you have to do this in. And if you don't do it in this order, the project won't launch properly. So you'll have to get in your headset first, and you're going to launch the purchased version of Virtual Desktop Streamer on your headset. Once it has loaded and connected to your PC, you're then going to set up, as soon as it connects, you'll turn on Steam VR. This will connect your headset to Steam VR, letting you run executables. And then as soon as it loads, there we go. Now you'll see this. It'll show, that's just my VR kit. That doesn't actually involve anything. So you'll see controllers are connected, and headset is showing that it's connected. So from here, you can launch your Unreal project. So I'm just going to be using this sample. Unreal has its own virtual reality engine or template that you can use. It has pretty much everything that you'll need to actually run VR. So if you're planning on running a project, start with this, because it has the blueprints of everything that you'll need for setting up an initial character, a pawn that gets possessed by the headset, and everything else that you'll need for basic setup. I have one that I rendered before, so we can just open that with all of those open, which might take a minute. But what all of this is trying to do is set up the headset in the computer such that as soon as the Unreal project launches, it'll detect that there is a playable VR platform that it can run on. And all we'll have to do to be able to render that is the same way that we do a simulation versus a level run. If we go up to this menu here to change the play mode, you'll now see, usually this is grayed out, but since we set up the Steam VR and connected a headset to it, it now understands that there's a headset connected. So all we have to do to run this environment now is click on this, and it'll run a VR version. It'll run the executable, and then in the headset, we can connect our controllers. Let me turn off the... There we go. We can connect our controllers, and now we exist inside of this environment. And this is the basic process of setting everything up. You just have to be careful. Your internet connection can drastically affect how well it runs, especially as you get into more complicated games. The school Wi-Fi seems to be good enough for running it, Uh, but if you're having issues, you will more than likely have to restart everything. And just keep in mind, at any point, if you turn off Steam VR and close that application, it will also close Unreal. So if you're having trouble troubleshooting and everything, you have to restart. It will restart everything. You'll have to relaunch everything and go through the same starting process of setting up Streamer VR, then Steam VR, and then launching Unreal. But for the most part, that's pretty much all it is. It's a pretty easy setup portion. It's not as bad as it could be. It's just there's a lot of external software to get everything to work properly if you're not running direct connection. If you're running directly plugged in, really all you should need is Steam VR. You'll just connect your headset to your PC and then launch Steam VR, and it should just automatically detect your headset without this need for a third-party application like Steam or Virtual Desktop Streamer. Uh, I guess I can add in as a little extra tidbit stuff like these guns here and the blocks. They're all grabbable objects, and in VR, if you're trying to make one of these objects, it's actually incredibly easy. So if I can find the blueprint for this. Where was it? I believe it's this one. No, it's the static mesh. It's in here somewhere. It has a grip bone. Well, you can see it off to the side here. So this pistol has this single component that's called a grab component. You don't need to snap at the end. It's just the actual component itself is called grab component. See if I can pull this up. So this component here just sits on top of whatever your asset is, and you're going to place it wherever you actually want your rotation or your grab point to be. You'll move it to that location, and then you have an option. You can set this to snap or free or create your own. What snap will do is it will attach that node at whatever orientation it is set to the hands. So in this case, it's set to point directly in line with the hand. If you would set free, that'd be like something that you'd see on these blocks. The grab component on blocks is free for the sole purpose of being able to grab them from any location on the block. So if you're trying to set up grabbing for weapons, use snap and set your snap location for your grab component. If you're setting up free like a block or something that you can interact with, then you'll set it to free and that'll let you grab it from anywhere. So I think that's about it. Just basic overview, just setting up VR headset. It most difficult part is just the time of getting everything downloaded. You'll launch your third-party application for streaming, then you'll launch Steam VR, and then you'll launch Unreal using a VR template. Then you'll set your run mode to VR preview, and then as soon as you launch, all you'll have to do is put on your headset. And then grab components, snap to their orientation that you set. Free components, you can grab them and move them around however you want from any position. That is all. I apologize for missing the drop date. Just at work, forgot to upload.